We're going to do a simple art activity. We've been talking about how you can have joy because God has a plan for you. And we're going to demonstrate that by drawing a Christmas tree with ornaments. So grab any blank sheet of paper and any crayons that you want and start drawing. I usually like to start drawing my tree, and then I put the ornaments on the tree. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is like my tree. And I like to draw my ornaments before I draw in the color of the tree, because then I can do like a string of lights. Ooh, I'm going to do a string of lights first. We just put the lights on my tree at home last night. Do you decorate your house for Christmas? What about you, Anya? Do you decorate your house for Christmas?
We normally just put like Jesus, and we do that like whole scene up on like above the fireplace. We put some lights, and then we put some like tinsel on our stairs, and we put some ornaments on the tree, some candy canes, and yeah, and we put our stockings up, of course.
Ooh. Where do you put the candy canes?
On the tree, but they're probably all gone by like December 25th because of my brother. He just eats them all.
Does anyone else decorate their tree with things they can eat? I used to read a book when I was little called Amelia Bedelia, and she decorated her tree with popcorn balls. Those I would definitely eat right before Christmas. So I've got all the lights on my tree. You don't have to do the same thing with your tree that I'm doing with mine, by the way. You know that by now. Anya, what does your tree look like?
So my tree kind of looks like this. You can't really see it because of the color that I use, but I first did my outline. I kind of messed up on the top here, as you can see. It's kind of bad, but we are putting on the ornaments.
I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks great.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to do some big ornaments. Anya, what color ornaments are you doing?
I would probably do like a brown or a blue, like the ones that I put on on my tree, like a teal or in a dark blue.
Ooh, teal. Nice. All right. Here's what my tree looks like so far. We all have a plan. Sometimes our plan is just to wake up and watch Netflix. And sometimes our plan is to grow up and be a firefighter or a teacher. And sometimes our plan, like mine, is to grow up and be a superhero. That one didn't work out very much. But we all kind of have a little plan, whether it's a plan for later in the day, like I want to have a Pop-Tart for breakfast, or whether it's a big plan, like you know what you want to be when you're older. Now, I want to ask you a question. You can keep drawing. You don't have to stop. Having a plan is kind of like decorating a Christmas tree. What if you were trying to string your lights and trying to hang your ornaments, but you didn't have the shape of the tree? You were just trying to put them and you didn't know where, and nothing made sense, and you just kind of had to hang them and hope that something would be there. They might fall down, or you might accidentally end up stringing lights around your kitchen chair on top of your kitchen table. God has a plan for your life. When you try to follow God's plan for your life, it's like you're decorating a tree and you know where the tree is. You know where to put the lights. You know where to put the ornaments. You know where to put the star on top. God's plan is going to be good. It's going to work out for the best in the end. God's plan can even make sense of things in your life that don't make sense, like tragedies and heartaches and sadness. God can take broken things and turn them around and make them better. But trying to live your life without asking God what His plan for you is kind of like trying to decorate a Christmas tree without knowing where the Christmas tree is. Your lights are going to end up around the kitchen table. Your ornaments are going to end up crashing on the floor sometimes. It's not going to work out the best. Sure, you'll have a pretty Christmas tree table, but that's not the point of it, was it? We can have joy because we know that God has a plan. Even when we don't know what that plan is, even when we can't make sense of things, we know that God can take broken things and weird things, and He can turn them around and make them good again. Joy is a complicated feeling. It means even when your plans aren't turning out like you hoped they would, maybe God can do something with it instead. So what are your plans for Christmas? What are the things that you have hope for, that you have joy for? Do you usually like having a plan, or do you like going with the flow? Sometimes I plan to go with the flow. It's cheating, but it helps me. I love you. Remember, when things don't turn out like you plan, ask God if He can change them, because His plans for you are good, and He loves you, and He listens when you pray. Have a marvelous weekend. I'll see you next time. And remember, we can have hope, because when our plans fail, God has a plan.
See you next time.